Hi folks, thank you very much for joining me. If you stay tuned, we've got some more Telecaster Katana music coming up in just a minute, and also I'll finish up with some playing tips. But anyway, you join me and my long hair and my Elvis Presley sideburns that I haven't had cut since lockdown. You join me with my Mooer yellow comp. I had no idea that this was the pedal that would give me a sound that I've been after all my life when it comes to country guitar playing. I've been aware of Ricky Skaggs and Albert Lee and Brent Mason and Brad Paisley running up and down the neck, and they all have this lovely smooth sound to their playing. I just assumed they were better than me, and of course they are better than me. But it seems that compressor pedals are Nashville's secret weapon and always have been. I had no idea. You probably know more about compression than I do, but I gather it takes your quiet notes and brings them up in volume, and takes your notes that are too loud and spiky and brings them down. So you get this kind of wash in terms of the smoothness to your sound. It sounds like a nightmare for blues. There's no way I'd want to use that for my blues playing, having this police me and overrule me. I hate that, but for country, that's exactly what you want. Who knew? Who knew? Well, you probably knew. By the way, it was a tiny bit of flashback delay, just a slapback, just to give that, and lots of the compressor. I don't use Tone Studio. I think I'm the only person in the world that doesn't use Tone Studio, although I believe it's marvellous. But those of you who do, I'm sure if you go into Tone Studio, you'll find some sort of compression to give you a similar sound that I had tonight. So there you go. I had no idea. This one, really like it. 45 quid or thereabout. It does what it says it does. Very simple. Volume EQ, but this is the magic button. I've probably got it up too high, but it was just to sort of see that wash over my playing. Anyway, for those of you who like to see the top of the amp, here's the Katana coming up now for tonight. Clean channel, gain not nearly as high as normal. Kind of middle of the road EQs, no booster. Some reverb and presence. As always, the half watt mode. That's the Katana. What a freaking mess that was. Anyway, right, just quickly, some playing tips. I won't go through all the stuff I was doing, but just some country basic go-to tricks, right? Do we agree that this is an A7 chord? 5th fret of the D string, 6th fret of the G string. It's just 2 notes from this chord. And I can grab the open A string as well and even slide up a semitone from a semitone below. Do we agree that if I go and take the exact same thing up a fret, that I've now got an E7 chord, especially if I play the open E string? All I've done is move the same little shape up a fret, then back down a fret is A, then if I go down a fret towards the headstock, that's a D chord, so suddenly I've got my 12 bar. Then when the band goes up to the D chord, back up to the 1 chord, up to the 5 chord, 4 chord, back to the 1 chord. Sometimes on the 4 chord I might do the heavy half of a D7 chord and actually shape 5th fret on the A and G strings, and my first finger falls on the 4th fret of the D string. Now I'm going to take that same concept. Do we agree that that's an A7 chord, which is the 6th fret of the G string and the 8th fret of the B string? And if I play an open A string, down a fret and play the open D string, it's a D chord. Back up a fret, A chord, A7. Up another fret with an open E string on the top is an E7 chord. So by going, that's a whole 12 bar. Now add in some open strings. That's just the heavy half of a D7 chord, but letting the E and B strings ring out on top. It's not if you play it in isolation, it sounds a bit weird. But in the jangle of it all, it sounds great. Back up to the 1 chord, up to the 5 chord, down to the 4 chord. Right? Practice with that. The next country go-to. Country's famous for obviously getting as many notes. Never say it in 3 notes what you can say in 33 notes. It's kind of the opposite of blues. In blues you kind of want to strip it back and let the music speak and feel the spaces and that kind of stuff. But with country, rather than going, I just tend to pull stuff off the neck in between my licks, like, listen to that, I squeezed in a whole extra note there. By doing that and taking my hands away, I could be, but by taking, so practice that. It's a bunch of nonsense, but the point is, can you squeeze in a pull off and sandwich it into your lick? In blues I would go, in country I would go, so that's just cheating, but it's great. One more time. What can you say in, if you can say it in 3 notes, can you say it in 33 notes? Can you find ways to squeeze other notes in? And it usually revolves around pull-offs everywhere. Third and final idea. At one point in the first track I did this, and I really like this. I think I went which is fine. Wait for it. Here it goes. That makes me smile. That reminds me of Jim Campolongo. Have you heard of Jim Campolongo? There's too much stuff he does that'll just maybe bore you, but check out, is it Nan Yang or something? Yang Nan or Nan Yang. I think it's the name of a cat. And it's just playing like that. Playing that's almost off key and you think, that's brilliant. Or like my wife hates it. She says, what is that? And I'm laughing my head off thinking, isn't that amazing? She's like, it's fucking shit. But it's all that kind of, so Jim Campolongo, I think it's Nan Yang or something like that. Check it out, it'll give you a right laugh. Or you'll hate it like my wife does. The point is, what did I do? Now that technique, of course, I'm just aiming for that little D chord, but letting these three little Martin Offler dead notes come out first. It's a classic country thing. So that's so Jim Campolongo. And of course that, all I'm really fretting is, that's a D7 chord. But by going, pre-bending the B string and letting it drop like a pedal steel player would, and then that was a perfect A, but and pre-bent it. When I pre-bent it, it was a perfect A. But by dropping it, I get that dissonance. So that's an A7 chord. So I can't stop smiling. I love this lick. I love all that stuff. Anyway, I've babbled enough. Thank you very much for joining me, and if you want any guitar lessons, you know where I am. I've given a good number of guitar lessons now. I'm doing it every week and I'm very much enjoying it, and I'm learning lots about my own playing. It's enlightening. I'll do a video on it actually, as to what I've learned from teaching. Anyway, I'm going now. I want a cup of coffee. Have a great day. Bye for now.